Hi, I'm Frederick Rooney. This is my summative assessment, which is my second assessment. This is the video log of it. Today we're going to be doing the exercise portion of it. So our fire exits are located down the stairs, the gym over that side, and then the one is directly beneath us. That's also whereabouts the nearest fire extinguisher is. Our G manager on shift today is Sam, and we have a team behind the reception as well. Okay, so the first bit of the exercise we're going to be cracking on with is our cardiovascular element, which is also our warm-up. We're going to go for an exercise bike. So here's my personal training wheel, and I'm going to take you through how to set the bike up and how to use it correctly, and then we're going to crack on with our warm-up. So the first thing we'll do is a yellow handle on the back of the bike, which allows me to slide the seat up and down. So I'm going to split the grip behind myself, approximately by my hip. So I find the bone corners of my head, hand out across, find that high, set the seat up. Then I'm going to sit on top of the bike, and then I'm going to check my knee angle, make sure there's a slight bend, don't be completely straight, slightly bent, and I'll make sure I put the seat together. I'm also going to use the foot check as well, make sure my foot's firing in there, and I will tighten up. So if you'd like to set the bike up for yourself, adjusting here for the correct height towards the center. By put our feet into the bits, make sure we're using the yellow tags, and then tighten them accordingly. Cool. So we're going to go for a 5-minute warm-up. Each minute we're going to increase our RPE by 1, RPE working up to a scale of 10, and approximately keeping our RPM around 60. So we're just changing intensity or adding more resistance to the pedal stroke. Okay? So when we're ready, off we go. About as much as we can outside of just complete goes. So what's the purpose of doing this warm-up? Well, we're going to increase the tissue viability, so that means we get a bit more mobility for our muscles, we're going to increase the heat, we're also going to have to potentiate our muscles as well slightly, so we're going to produce more force, which basically is going to allow us to lift more load we can lift, the greater stimulus we give to our muscles, therefore the greater adaptation we take from training. Okay? We're also going to be making the synovial fluid in his joints a little bit more pliable, so his joints may not feel quite stiff. You can have an extra degrees of range of motion. If we're going to greater range of motion means that we'll get a greater stimulus. Because we can apply the kind of tension at a greater mass of that. So now we're approaching the first minute. We're going to increase the intensity for me up to get yourself to an RPE of about 2. How does it work yourself? Really good. Now we're approaching the 3rd minute, so we're going to increase the intensity again. We're going to use that using obviously the dials that are allocated on the bike by pressing the plus. It's just going to increase the resistance of the machine to try and get to an RPE 3 now. So it's slightly more intense than we watched beforehand. It's going to require a bit more effort, get a bit more heat into the muscles. That's it. You can walk past this, it's fine.
So sorry.
No, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Yeah, about 3. Yeah, it's quite comfortable. Okay, approaching coming up to the 4th minute now. Again, we're just going to increase that intensity up another notch. So we're going to go up to an RPE of 4 now. So it's just something like reasonably moderately hard there. We want to be building up to that last stage, the last stage of warm up. You want to maybe not be matching the intensity we're going to be doing in the workout, we're probably going to come reasonably close to it, right? So we'll have an understanding once within a session of how much force they can be producing and the intensity that we can be working at, right? So coming into this minute, it needs to be very beginner, sort of 50% of sort of like his max, or maybe a little bit more, depending on the basis of what we're going to in the session. Okay? Last 15 seconds now, what is going to be sort of very shortly looking to increase the intensity working now. Again, sort of giving about 50% of what you can give it. It's not just ordering through, now we're doing it with purpose. He's looking to actively keep us off the wall and get something from it as such. Good safe pace, resistance was good, makes it get warm, more consistency pushing through, keep the heart going a little bit. Yeah, it's not like interfering with all the breath. Yeah, for the elevated breath. Yeah. Last 5 seconds now. Okay, and when you feel ready, let's bring it down to a gentle stop. Lovely, and then safely dismount the machine. Fantastic. Okay, we're now going to go into a bit of a mobility section, so I'm just going to move the camera back slightly. Okay, I just had to pause the video for a split second there, so I'm reading out these sticks up here, but I've now got them, we'll crack on to the next bit. Okay, so now we're moving into a bit of mobility. We're going to look to enlarge our joints, increase range of motion we can work with in the session, So, the first exercise we're going to be doing is a 90 pound switch. So starting on the floor, I'm going to get my legs at 90 degrees. So it's 90-degree angle in here, and in here as well. Okay, so you've got 90 to 90. I'm then going to switch over, roll around, trying to keep my feet in the same position, touch down the other side so I can feel flipped, and then I'm going to rotate over to the other side, back, and back. And we're going to go through 10 times, so 5 a side. Okay? And then rotating through, lovely. Just touch down, light touch, and come back over. Lovely. So you can see here that we're also very mobile, getting underneath his knees down, both on both sides. We've got like a limited range of motion, we might be able to kind of wipe his knee down on the right one is when he's facing over his right one. Next one we're doing is our deep squat. So I'm going to take my feet shoulder apart, maybe my toes might be slightly turned outwards. Think about opening up my hips and sitting backwards as I go down, maintaining a nice upright torso and facing forwards. I'm going to come down to the bottom of it, and we're going to make this dynamic. So we're going to come up into his toes, shift from side to side, and we're pushing sort of our palms to our hip mobility, but we're also looking at getting far up over to the toe, stretching out like our calves, and just increase the range of motion we're going to. Are we going to train in this position? No. But if we can control leveling up to it, then when we are actually training, we will be significantly better off, right? So, we'll just go down to the bottom of the squat. Just want to add a bit of a play around there, shift over to one side, then push your toes a little bit. Yeah, just really move through as much range of motion as we possibly can. Really good exercise, you'll see a lot of the weight lifters doing this one. Just sort of increasing the max range of motion they can get themselves into. Okay, so we're just playing around for about 30 seconds or so, so give it another 15 seconds. Lovely, and come back up. Cool. Next one we're going to be doing is a muscle snatch. So grabbing hold of our stick. What I wanted to do is find an appropriate weight such that the hold is resting in my hip crease. So that's sort of like halfway between sort of like your belly button and sort of like mid-thigh or so. So realistically right about the pelvis, right? So then to start this, we're going to lower ourselves down like we're moving the deadlift, going just below our shins. We're then going to pull up, bringing our hips into the bar, triple extending, so I'm going up onto my toes. So you can see I'm extending my knees, my ankles, and my hips. I also have a slight stride, I want to pull my palm up, over, and push through. In front, and we'll look at something like this. So we're going through basically about as much range of motion as we would do in a snatch, but we're looking all the way down because the mobility requirements of that are quite extreme. For the purposes of this, we can get our body nice and warm. We're also going to walk our posterior chain as well. Cool, so you can give us 10 reps of this. That would be great. Like mid-shin, or up, not quite as aggressive as that, or really slow. So think about it as you are purely just using your muscles to get it up. We're obviously a reasonably capable and big weightlifter in there. Probably find it a little bit more difficult to pull out good habits. Wanting to use his leg drive a lot more. A more strict version of this might see that we almost barely could use our legs at all, and a lot more of the force production comes from the same kind of mechanisms of pretty much using an RDL and then using the other body to pull the bar up and like upright row fashion and such. We're also doing this fantastically at the moment. Love it. Brilliant. Okay, so our next exercise, or should I say two exercises, are kind of more focused somewhat of one here. So we are going to be looking at our leg swings. From this I want to hold on to, ideally, something that's stable and it's not going to go anywhere, right? And I'm going to be looking to start by swinging my leg backwards, and I'm going to swing my leg up in front of me, getting a nice stretch down my hamstring, nice and dynamic, and I'm going to try and get my legs to go nice and far back, so I'm also stretching out my hip flexors. So I'm going all the way through, all the way back, all the way through, all the way back. Okay? Okay, I'm going to do about 10 reps of those each time as well. Okay? So start that off nice and small and gradually build into the range of motion. We don't want to go flat out from the get-go. That's when we're going to be looking to injure ourselves. Because we want to. Should be feeling a nice stretch both on our hamstrings and on our quads as well. Feel like that when you're coming back all the way back. 10 fully extended or 10 from the start. All the way back, all the way through. Alright, 10 from the start. Okay. Starting small and getting bigger. The first couple are quite light, but we're still getting that change of content to the eccentric right through both our hip flexor and the extensors in our hamstrings. So they get used to sort of fine motor skills as well as quite large movements. Our next one, which is very similar, is our lateral movement. So now we're looking more at hip adduction and abduction. So I'll be swinging my leg across my body, so I'm going to go as far as I can one way, as far as I can the other. Again, we'll start quite small, and we'll gradually build into it. Swing our leg up about as high as we can, and then we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. Gradually get a little bit bigger, just do a nice stretch from your calf or groin area. Like keeping that leg nice and straight, fantastic. But turn, we'll swap over to the other side. Fantastic, and that concludes the sort of mobility section of this session. We're now going to pause the video for a second whilst we move downstairs onto the weight section as the machines are required when we're currently in use. Okay, now we're looking at doing our chest presses, our first resistance exercise. We'll be doing 3 sets of 10 reps. I'm going to show Will how to set this machine up. Unfortunately, there is a pillar in the way, but then the alternative is having the camera over that side where they'll be able to see us because there's other machines in the way. So this is best angle I can find. Cool. Right, first thing I'm going to do, the other handle under the seat, I'm going to lower it to where I think will comfortably be behind me. How will I know that? Well, the handles on the machine here and here are going to approximately be about the lower part of my chest, maybe a little bit higher, maybe a little bit lower, depending on how I feel, depends on what range of motion I can put my shoulder and my arm into, okay? I'm going to sit down into the machine. I'm going to assess whether that height's correct. Put my arms around myself. That feels about right for me. Okay? So I've got a starting weight on at the moment. I'm going to use the foot pedal, push my foot down, brings it up forward for me. It takes all the load off them, so you just sort of dangle here, and I can safely get myself. Take my foot off, shift the loading onto my hands, get my feet nice and square. I'm going to think big chest, shoulder blades back and down, and then we're going to push forwards, my hands out, and then control nice and slow on the way in. I'm going to be a little bit slower, way in and way out. So maybe I'll be thinking about like going in 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go as deep as I can comfortably can, because that's where else I'm going to get the most. And I'm also getting the most tendon adaptation from going a little bit slower as well. You're going to have nice strong healthy tendons. When I want to dismount from the machine, I'm going to use the foot pedal again, get the load off, move myself out, and slowly bring the foot pedal back up as you just normally do then. Okay, what would you like to get in there? Okay, and then let's wait until you feel we do for approximately 10 minutes. Cool, how does the seat height feel? Good, lovely. We use the foot pedal, fantastic. Now think about it again, big chest, up tall, shoulder blades back and down, fantastic. Really promoting that chest a bit just to engage our chest as well. So the more activation we get, better stimulus we're going to get, the more growth we're going to get, so we get the most out of our session what we can. Okay, and when you're ready, off you go. So lovely, a little bit slower on the way down, that's brilliant. Just go as low as you feel comfortable. Some people go all the way down, some people only come halfway down. We're all a little bit different. Machines aren't made for everyone. If it's a dumbbell exercise, it might be a little bit different. Lovely. Really near and developing the pectorals, a little bit of front down, and also our triceps mostly. By promoting our chest as well, we're going to allow us to get the most out of our chest. It maybe takes a little bit out of the shoulders out of it, but the activation differences and like what we're going to gain from it is very marginal. These reps are really, really good here, Will. Lovely, nice and slow. Normally up to 10. Use them. Out. Lovely. Okay. So I'm actually going to rush down about 6 seconds or so. That's only a rough guidance. I mean, on everything we're going to do today, Will knows his own body better than I know it. Better than we can just sort of say in the study or such. It's an approximate time. We're waiting much, much longer than that. We can always say, okay, there's either something going on here while we're not recovering in time, or we're just wasting time, right? So when Will feels ready that he can complete another one of those sets, that's when we're going to do our second set, okay? That will probably be somewhere between 30 seconds and a minute and a half on average, so, okay? By that point, metabolites will clear out the system, neural fatigue is going to drop down, systemic fatigue will come down as well. Our walls, neural activation is going to rise back up to sort of roughly what it was before. We have got some sort of baseline fatigue which is slightly increased, but other than that, we should be good to go. Okay? And when you're ready to continue with the second set, off we go. Right, really nice. Good rep. Fantastic. We can more signals, really taking in on the big chest on cue. He's also got a slight arch into his back. He's really promoting that chest and really feeling it. Do you feel like you can really feel the activation of your chest through? Big time, especially at the bottom on the eccentric. Yeah. That's really what we want to feel, that nice deep stretch, more mechanical tension under a longer muscle length. We know for a fact that it's going to elicit a great hypertrophy response, which is exactly what Will needs to meet the demands of the sport. Lovely, really good. Fantastic. So where Will was saying he's getting really good activation, so we know this exercise works on him, right? And maybe in like competitions time we also know, well, he's also getting really sore from it as well. So we know his body's, it's like likes the exercise and such. Because you get some exercise you just don't get sore with and it doesn't feel so good. But we know it does. So what we can do, we can build on that in a sense that we can also modify the exercise slightly to really enhance things that are making him sore. Because we know that is a direct correspondence that he is going to get some growth from it. We don't want so much soreness. Will is like walking around like this all day. It's like that's no good for him, right? We've trained way too much. We need a little bit of soreness, right? And we know that will work. So maybe what we might do is say, well, we know that deep stretch is going to be the point that's beneficial for him. So we're going to have an extra second pause at the bottom here and really feel that tension in the pec. As Will said earlier, that's where he's feeling it the most. So let's just really nail home that point. Okay, so if you want to try that, maybe have a second pause at the bottom. Whenever you're ready, go on with your second set. Approximately, we're looking to get around 3 reps of failure. This is only at the beginning of our motorcycle, so it's not going to be the hardest sets in the world. We just want to say that we know we're stimulating it. Will's already said he knows he's feeling it, he feels strong contraction in his muscles. That doesn't happen at 10 IRR. He must be quite close to failure. You have to go to failure afterwards. You can see the slight pause at the bottom as well. Feeling that a little bit more? Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic, great work. Brilliant, fantastic, finishing strong there. Okay, I'm now going to move the camera over and we're going to go onto the leg extension. Cool, leg extension, looking at training our quads in this. I'm going to show Will the sit-up real quick and then we will jump into a couple of sets. So, there is no ton of space in this just because of where the machine is positioned. I'm going to gently lower myself onto the seat. What I'm looking for here is the space between this pad right at the end and the back of my knee or my calf region. I'm looking to have about 2 fingers width of space or so, just so I can ensure that my leg moves all the way around and all the way out so we can get that range of motion we're looking for. Okay. So I'm going to have to slide the seat a little bit towards myself here. Now check. I've got about 2 fingers width or so. I'm sitting right back in the seat. Yellow handle. I don't want to slide the seat around anymore. I then want to put my legs up. Check that this pillow is resting approximately around the end of my shin, just above my foot or so. I don't want to over onto my toes, and I don't want to really far up. I'm coming to the purpose of what we're trying to do here. Okay. I'm then going to use the yellow handle button, push it down, move the leg all the way around. I'm going to go as far as I can comfortably go. I'm reasonably flexible so I can get it into the 2 positions, sometimes the 1. I'm going to sit nice and back, applying some slight pressure to the handles, raise my legs up, nice and slow the way down. I'm going to have a gentle touch, back up, nice and slow the way down, gentle touch, back up. If we can go all the way around, nothing wrong with blocking your knees out on this. Knees are not made of glass, knee ligaments, it's safe to do a post ACL reconstruction therapy, so there is no issue doing it. Nice all the way down, again aim for a nice and sort of like 10 or so reps. So there, when I'm done, button in, move the arm out of the way, I can stand up and move out of the exercise, okay? The purpose of this, we'll probably just rest in the machine, so it's getting in and out constantly, okay? So, find yourself nice and comfortable position now. Good? Yeah? Fantastic. Lovely. So Will's managed to get it all the way around to 1 nice big deep stretch, more gains for it. Brilliant, nice and slow on the way down, fantastic, brilliant. All of them like that, please. Brilliant. If we can get a slight plate touch, that's fantastic. We've got an audible cue there and a visual one as well that we know we're going deep enough every single time. But just due to the nature of soft tissues pushing against each other, sometimes that looks not possible, right? Because it's not getting enough compression. And we don't want wood pushing to uncomfortable range of motion. We want as much range of motion as we possibly can do, whilst being safe, comfortable, and enjoying the exercise ultimately. Really good reps, Will. We want our reps to look like we don't know whether the video has just been stopped and we've just set the same rep over and over again, or different reps. Will's form is fantastic on this. Again, rest for another sort of 30 seconds to a minute and a half, depending on how he feels. When he's ready to complete another one of those sets, he's going to go again and complete another one for us. So how did that weight feel? Good. Yeah, I feel fine. Do 2 more sets there. Brilliant. Okay. Whenever you're ready, crack on with the second set. Fantastic. That's the start of the way down. Brilliant. Using a much more controlled technique, slow and eccentric, it does allow us to use a full lighter load. That lighter load is going to decrease our injury risk. We're not just chucking around waiting for the sake of it, right? Everything's done on purpose. And you see, we're always getting a fantastic metabolite burn. We also know that that strongly correlates with growth as well. You know, that physical accumulation of cytokines and other metabolites literally is an anabolic signal telling the body produce more growth hormone, produce more testosterone, produce more IGF-1. That is going to elicit a greater growth response. It's not going to be like gear, right? But it's going to be like better than not doing it. Again, whenever we feel ready for our third set, we're going to crack on with that. Fantastic. Every single one should look exactly the same. You should know or receive the same rep over and over again, or if they're just 10 different. Brilliant. We're also maintaining control over the weight all the time, with the weight's never in control of them. Really, really good. We're struggling at times to get quite the right leverage. We can always pull ourselves a little bit firmer into that seat, just give ourselves a bit of a better moment on our way over it. Fantastic, great work. Brilliant. We will now be working our way down to the free weights area to crack on with our next exercises. Okay, so next is our free weight exercise. We're doing it clean, wheels are a big player. We're looking to increase the amount of force you can do, both maximally and also the rate of force production you can do as well, right? So we'll do that with a barbell clean. So I've loaded up the barbell already for wheel. We've got some bumper plates on it so we can drop it. So I'm going to start off, I'm putting my hands approximately the same distance outside of the knurling. On the knurling, I should say, so I go about half a thumb width or so. I can then grip the bar normally, I can use a bit like a hook grip, up to you. And then when I need getting into my deadlift position, keeping the bar nice and close to me, pulling up, pulling my hips to the bar, just like we did earlier with the muscle snatch for our warm up. I will then triple extend, going up onto my toes, strong in my shoulders as well, and sort of a little bit of slight lean back. And I'm going to pull the weight up using the barbell steel I've accumulated, and I'm going to swing my elbows around the bar, not the bar around me. Okay? I'm then going to catch it in the front rack position, and we'll catch it in the back quarter squat position also. So it's a slight squat, a little bit of a shallow one. Okay? So when we put it all together, it will look something like this. Then drop the bar into my hips, catching it, and again a bit of a waterfall position. Returning to the ground. We have got a slight variation on this that we can do, which will be our hang clean. So what we can do is starting from our sort of our hip rest position, we'll go down to just above our knee, we'll do a clean, drop it back into our hips, and then return again. Okay? So it's really up to you what you want to do now. Deadlift portion of it, the stimulus that we actually gain from actually doing this amount of weight versus what we get from our clean. Not really that significant, you know. It's more just fatigue for the sake of fatigue, right? So if you prefer to do it that way, do it that way. If not, completely up to you. We're aiming for somewhere around 6 repetitions. We're looking to move as much weight, so it's heavier weight, as fast as possible here. So we're really developing our power, really tearing into the bar. Fantastic, really good triple extension. Brilliant, much fun like that. Look at the big attachment as well. Fantastic, really, really good. That's it, little coaching point for Will. Will's doing sort of like a slight Russian foot style technique, so going up into his toes. I'm having like a bit like quite a gap in between. Only a slight modification. It's not wrong, but in my preference, I would like to see a bit more of a further exaggeration of the ankle extension, so we're using a lot more force. Think about how much weight can we calf raise? Quite a significant amount, right? How much force is that? A lot, right? So we're missing out on that force production because we're cutting himself a little bit short. So I expect a bit more of the exaggeration of triple extension through the ankle as well. Think about when we go to jump and stuff. If you try to jump without flexing your ankle, extending your ankle, you're not really going to jump very high. So yeah, I expect a little bit more of an exaggeration on that. We will be resting for a slightly longer amount of time on this. We're getting a lot more fatigue from this as well, because the rate of force that we're reducing, the amount of force we're reducing, is so much more significant than what we're doing. So like hypertrophy work. And also, in order to be able to get to those kind of bar speeds, we need to be reasonably well, we don't need any, hopefully we don't have any fatigue, right? Because that fatigue can inhibit our speed first. It's the most fragile physical quality that we have. So again, we'll go when you're ready, but it may be a little bit more time. Okay? But we're doing a bit more speed power here as well. So Will might be able to go with it again because the load just isn't that significant. Okay? So when we're ready, Will, think about really exaggerating that dorsal flexion. Pushing through 40 foot, yeah, lovely action in the heels. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Fantastic. Brilliant. One other slight thing Will does, he does have his head quite upright. Again, it's not wrong. Some people will teach you to have a bit more of a neutral neck, so your head is always sort of facing the same angle, and this line from my spine to my back is always straight. That's fine in a deadlift, right? But in this, Will's trying to create more space for the bar to land on his front rack. So by moving his head out of the way, if that's how he feels most comfortable doing it, I wouldn't say it's wrong. It's just a personal preference way of doing the movement. Okay. How do you feel like the movement's going for yourself?
Fine, it just feels very weird not wearing powerlifting shoes,
Yeah.
or flatter Metcons or Nanos.
Yeah, I would say obviously for the purpose of what we're doing today, we also support some shoes that you do everything in. If you are wearing Paralympic lifting shoes, that harder sole will allow us to produce a bit more force because the energy's not being wasted going through that soft cushion. Okay? But the you look a bit more like kind of a bit more on your toes, so you get more triple extension as well, so that's really good. And yeah, the movement looks really good so far. And wherever we feel comfortable, that we can do another set whilst maintaining that bar speed. If you feel like the bar speed's dropping after you've done 4 reps, we'll just do 4. So, lovely. Oh, we can definitely get a bit more speed on it than that. Really positive. Yes, that's what we want. Fantastic. Really, really good. Fantastic. Great work. Love it. Brilliant. Okay, that concludes the clean that we're doing. That's also our power out free weight exercise that we're doing. We're now going to move over to the dumbbell rack and we're going to do some seated dumbbell press. So I'm just going to move the camera with us as we walk round. If you just bear with me 1 second whilst I just set up the camera in an appropriate position for us. Cool. Right, so I'm going to set the bench up for this one. You can do it with a bit of back support. I prefer us not to do it so we don't get any restriction of our scapula moving through its plane. Okay, so I'm going to pick out a weight that feels comfortable for me, so I'm just going to start off picking up 2 dumbbells. The way that I'm going to get these into position for myself is starting with them on my legs. So I sit down. I'm then going to use the strength of my hip flexor and a bit of my arm to push the weight up into my shoulder. Nice and quick, and I'm going to go one at a time and get them into my front rack. Cool. Now I've got my feet nice and square, pushing through my feet, pushing my backside into the seat. I'm then going to go hands to the sky, my arms slightly in front of me, see my elbows nice and tucked, I'm not out here, slightly tucked inside, push up, back down, up, down, nice and slow on the way down, maybe a slight touch of the dumbbell to my shoulders, back up, nice and slow on the way down. Love it, and then when I'm done, leg up, down, leg up, and down, nice and controlled, and from that I can put the weights on the floor, and that would be 1 set done, okay? So we'll put the weights up onto our legs. We're then going to use our legs to help drive up the floor. It's fantastic. Okay, Will's elbows are slightly tucked inside of him. We're not out restricting the plane of movement for our scapula and our shoulders. Will's going to go now, hands to the sky, push up, straight for down, fantastic. Really developing our delts here. A bit of tricep, we want to go into it. Log head activation might be slightly more significant than what it is in, say, for example, the chest press. Getting a little bit more upper pec, but not much. Just motion was building the front and the lateral head of our shoulders here. Fantastic work, Will. Aiming for 8 reps. Brilliant. Cool. So we'll be the rest of the dumbbells on his knees. You put them on the floor, whatever he thinks is comfortable for himself. Okay? I'm going to go a little bit lower reps on this one, so kind of a bit like the clean. You might rest for a little bit more. It's harder exercise. We're using quite a stringent load here, and quite a high load as well, so it will require a bit longer period of time for us to recover from it. But whenever he feels ready, that he can produce another 8 high quality reps like before, we will go again. Okay? And we'll think about maybe slowing down the eccentricness ever so slightly more. Fantastic. Right, a little slower. Brilliant. Really good. Fantastic. Really good. These all look the exact same. Great work. Fantastic. Great work. So we've got one more set of those to come. And Miles knows we've also got slight head movement as he's going. I think we'll build this on for me. We're doing like a barbell. I should have to move our bar out of the way. We'll break the plane of glass. We'll push our head through. We're doing that with the dumbbells. Keep the technique the same, right? So it's just familiarity with the movement. Nothing wrong with him doing that. It's really good. We've just got to make sure that we don't go all the way as far back like this, because we can't really control that as well as what we could, like so we can in front of ourselves slightly. But if we can get perfectly aligned like Will can, then I think that's fantastic. I think that's really, really good. We've got fantastic control over the movement, and we're moving through slightly in front of ourselves, sort of protecting our shoulders and moving from a bit more of a stronger position, right? So whenever we feel ready to do our last set, we'll crack on with it. Fantastic. One up at a time. Brilliant. Push up, hands to the sky. Explode up hard. Fantastic. Really, really good work here, Will. Let's get 8 high quality reps. Brilliant. A little bit slower on the way now. Yeah, that's better. Really good. Really, really good. Great work. Fantastic. Brilliant. Cool. That concludes our shoulder press movement. We will now move ourselves over to another area whereabouts we can do our bodyweight exercises. So there'll be a slight pause in the video, and then we'll get over to that area to crack on with it. Okay, cool. So we're now going into our bodyweight exercise. We're going to do a push-up. I'll just show you all the set-ups for a push-up. It's a bit like our chest press, like the same muscles, pectorals, a bit of our front delts as well as our triceps as well. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of floor in here as well, just similar position to a plank. Right, so I'm safely get down to the floor, hands just outside shoulder width apart, or about shoulder width apart. So moving up into my toes like a plank, come down. I
I can rest myself on the floor if I wanted to. We're not going to, for the purpose of this, we're going to maintain ourselves on the floor the whole time. Elbows tucked, I'm not out here, nice and tucked like shoulder press, and I'll push myself back up. So our reps will look like this. Nice gentle touch making my chin or chest. Okay. Keeping our core nice and tight while doing it. A little bit slower on the way down than the way up. Making control of moving the entire way through. Okay, and when we're ready, off we go. You got pushing the floor away from yourself. Oh, fantastic. One's all the way down. Aiming for 10 solid, great reps. Fantastic. Great work here. Again, we're going to rest until Will feels comfortable. Make himself to do another one of those sets. If that was feeling really, really easy, you can increase the range of motion by maybe adding maybe 2 big bump plates on either side. So Will, instead of the bottom that should be here, it's back here. Deeper stretching of the chest and the triceps will gain more, a greater stimulus hypertrophically, and we're going to get more gains from his training sessions. Okay, when we feel ready, we will complete our second set. One more set to go. How's that feeling?
Good.
Yeah, feeling it in the right muscles. You're not getting any shoulder pain, anything like that. Some people might get this because we've got our hands are very pronated. Can't really supinate them or have a neutral grip. So the space we've got within our shoulder, the actual joint itself, is what closed when you're in a pronated position. We have to fill up that space to supinate. So some people might get a little more relief from that. We're also comfortable doing it without, so we'll just stick with how we do it. Okay, and when you feel ready, we'll crack on with our third and final set. Nice. Really good. Brilliant. Great work. Fantastic. Brilliant. Okay, we will now pretty much go straight into our second bodyweight exercise, which is our pull-up, which we'll use the arm over here. So, clear the floor out a little bit, so we have a grip on. Cool. So, we've got a couple of different grip options here. We could go with our hands facing away from ourselves, we could go in a neutral position, or we could go with a bit of an underhand grip. So I'm just demonstrating this facing the camera so you can hear what I'm saying a little bit better, and I'll demonstrate my grip facing the other way. Okay, so I'm just going to demo it with a neutral grip. What I want to think about is I'm pulling from my elbows down. Now, again, just like with other chest exercises we do, you want to promote our chest up, you can engage on that. So we can pull down, I think I'm pulling my elbow through to my back, keeping my legs nice and straight, keeping my core nice and tight as well. So not swinging all over the place, but nice and stiff when you do it. Okay, good. So I'll grab on one hand at a time. I can alternatively use a box to help myself up. I'm then going to let myself just sort of hang in the bottom position. I'm then going to pull things up. My hands just hooks, pulling to my elbow. Coming up to the top, and then nice and slow on the way back down, getting a full stretch. Okay, so we're getting 86 reps. Will's feeling a little bit sore today, so if you can't quite get 6, that's no bother. We'll just look at the accumulation of more volume. That more volume is going to drive a bigger hypertrophic or whatever kind of response we want from the gym. The more we do, the more we're going to get out, basically. Okay, so we're waiting for ready. Give us a few reps. Fantastic. Great work. Can just avoid touching the floor as much as we are, the light touches all we need. Brilliant, fantastic. Brilliant, that's right, let's have the rest there. And we'll wait this session, it's not that big of a deal for him because we're still getting the majority out of the quad. You kick too much, take away the amount of the exercise, the amount that our lats and our arms are responsible for putting ourselves up. Okay? Cool. When you're waiting for your second set, Will, crack on with it. If you can just get 3 high quality reps, I'd rather that than us get 6 poor ones out. Okay? Off you go. Nice. Fantastic, great work. Yeah, everyone's fatigued, so that 3 is absolutely fine for the purpose of what we're doing today. Okay? How do I feel?
Tough, my hands got to sit with it.
Yeah.
Whereas it's not a lot of room to start.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of choice on the ones we've got, so.
Okay, brilliant. Right, well, what we're training here, obviously our lats, a little bit of rhomboids, a little bit of rear down as well as we're putting our back as well. Pretty much getting the full back workout here, other than our rectus spine, which is maybe something we're going to want on our cleans as well. So it's hitting everything that we want from sort of our upper body posterior chain aspect as well. So it's getting a little bit of arms in it. We want more biceps. We can go with a supinated grip, get a bit more bicep activation. If we want a bit more sort of brachialis, then we can go with neutral grip as well. Might also train a little bit more forearms. It's negligible at best. That's all I want to say. Okay. When we feel ready, we can do our third and final set. Crank it out. Lovely. Great one, Will. Fantastic. Brilliant. And that concludes our body weights part of the exercise. We will just pause the video slightly as I'm just going to move us over to an area whereabouts we can conduct our cool down. Okay, right, we're now on to our pull down. We're going to use the rower for this, so I'm going to show you how to use the rower. I'll do that. We're going to sit back. I'm going to adjust these foot holders just enough so I can get my foot in it. All of my foot going on the plane, strap going across places. Adjust this one down as well. Cool, foot in. Okay, you should reach forward, grab the handle. Push back, like deadlift always. Slightly back, pull my chest back in, and I'll bend my legs as well. Okay? So always when we're deadlifting, we're rowing, and we're coming back in. Might come up onto our toes as well here. Absolutely fine. Back through, and then we start building up. Okay? Cool. So, if you'd like to get yourself in there, and to begin with, we're going to be working out about a 5 out of 10 RPE, and we're going to slowly bring it down throughout 5 minutes. We're then going to work on a couple of developmental stretches. Okay? Cool. So when you're ready, we can get us cracking on, working at about 5 RPE. Aiming somewhere around 25 strokes per minute as well, there or thereabouts. If we're significantly above that, we decrease the resistance of the machine to get us there. Okay, lovely. So we're just going to go for 1 minute and then drop the RPE by 1, and so on, and so on, and so on. Nice, great little nice little strokes. Fantastic. Really using our whole body with this. We're getting the full from our back and our delts and our arms, and we're also using our legs. Getting this acceleration return that we're going to open up really quickly, so it makes our body there a lot easier. So we'll reach forward as well. Make sure he's straight, make sure he's as long as he can possibly make it. Approaching into the first minute now, so we're going to bring down the intensity of the work, and that's about 4 out of 10. Take a little bit off what we're doing now, Will, and we're going to start cruising in that, maintaining somewhere between 22 and 25 strokes per minute, just absolutely lower all rate as such. Okay? Okay, and now we're approaching our last minute. So for this one, we're going to try to sit down to 1 out of 10. Pretty much like to do anything yet, but this is not doing something, right? So it's going to be very, very gentle. And getting ourselves ready for stopping exercise after this. We have got a couple of minutes of fundamental stretches, maybe looking in afterwards. But other than that, we're just bringing the session to nice and gentle runs. Fantastic, and this brings us to a gentle stop and safely exit the machine. Undoing the straps, releasing our foot. Yeah, brilliant, fantastic. Okay, we're now going to do our developmental stretches. So for 30 seconds, we're going to be holding our deep squat that we started at the beginning, but there's no movement to it. So we're just going to come down nice and deep into our squat, and we're going to wait here for about 30 seconds or so. Okay, so we're going to crack on with that. Nice and deep. Holding it as deep as we possibly can, 30 seconds. Okay, so good coach, project here, Will, he's got his nice big chest upright, he's looking forward, he's looking where he wants to go, so we're looking at the floor, so we go down there, we're thinking about keeping our weight in the middle of our foot, nice strong straight back from him as well. Really great work, Will. That's about 30 seconds. Up you go. Brilliant. Next one we're going to do is our hamstring stretch. So keeping my legs nice and straight, I'm going to hinge your head, push my bum backwards, think about tilting my head. So I'm just thinking bum up to the ceiling and behind me. I'm then going to gently go down as far as I can, touching my toes if I can. Fantastic. Keeping my legs nice and straight. I don't want to be touching my toes like this. Nice and straight as I can. Feeling a stretch down my calves and down my hamstrings. Okay, so let's give that one a go, shall we? Fantastic. So we're doing a bilateral adaptation of this now. So that just means we're doing it with both legs. So we're going to just hold that for about 20 to 30 seconds or so. You see here Will's got some really nice straight legs. He's also managed to get his back over, he's very mobile, able to touch the floor. Fantastic work. Feeling that stretch good. Yes. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now we've done that one, we've got our last one, a bit more hip mobility. So we're going back to the 90-90. It's a non-dynamic version. We're just holding it statically. We'll do 15 seconds side on side. Okay? So getting down to the floor with my legs at 90 degrees. If I want to think about maybe I was doing a lunge and I fell over onto my side, obviously don't fall over doing a lunge. 90 degrees in here, 90 degrees in here, keeping my legs down. If I can sit up, if not, I'm going to use my arm on the far side to push my body up, keeping it nice and straight, shoulders, and looking forwards over this way, which is the hip that I have the most flexed. Okay? And I feel like being pushing this glute, tensing it, pushing my hip through. Okay? Does that sound good? And then when we're ready, we've done 15 seconds on that side. We'll swap over onto the other, again, sit up nice and tall. Cool. Right, well, if you'd like to give that a go for us, just come a little bit more towards this way, just so we're in shot of the camera. Fantastic. Cool. So to make this a little bit easier, what we could do is Will could bring his legs into his backside. He can bring this foot in as well, making it a little bit easier because we're reducing the range of motion that he has to push himself into. Alternatively, we want to make it harder, we can open up his legs even more. Okay? So how does that feel at the moment?
Feels good.
Yeah? We've got a nice 90 degrees in on his left leg and a nice one on his 90 as well, on his right leg. We've done 15 seconds, we're now going to swap over to the other side. We've also got a nice upright need to post himself, keeping his shoulders facing forward over that front leg. Fantastic. We've now completed his cool down. That is the session over.